Welcome to SerialPodcastNine.
I feel like you could just, we could do the intro once, and you could just use it forever, you know?
Yeah, I mean, they're always different, though, which is kind of funny.
Which is funny, yeah. I think that's
Yeah.
funny, too. I agree, I know, I'm just, you know.
George.
Hi.
You're Kevin.
Oh, am I?
I'm I forgot what I was doing.
I forgot who I am.
I'm
Somebody
I'm
call an
Gerard
ambulance.
I'm Gerard DiPralta.
And I'm Kevin Peterson.
And I'm Ryan Benoit, and this is Serial Podcast 9. Gerard needs medical attention.
I was gonna say another good reason, Kevin, to not buy that IS is it's from Hokkaido.
That's from where?
I mean, I'm sure it's kept inside because it's so crazy, but that's why it's a 4-wheel drive.
Kevin wanted us to convince him to not buy a Lexus IS 250 all-wheel drive, and we quickly convinced him to not buy a Lexus IS 250 all-wheel drive from Japan. It wasn't any Lexus IS 250 all-wheel drive from Japan. It had like crazy fenders and stuff on it, but yeah, it seems like Kevin's in new car mode because hasn't bought a car in a while.
It's been a while, yeah. And I'm also in maybe get rid of a car mode.
What's up on the chopping block? I think we covered this last time.
I don't really know. That's the problem.
I feel like it's a Crown, like the 18.
I feel like it's the 18.
Crown.
I feel like the 18 is the closest, but it also if nobody's listening to this, it has a couple issues. So you know,
yeah, you can fix that though. No big.
Count your losses, man.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna get much more for that car, anyways. Because the overall condition is sort of
it's not
average,
bad.
or
it's
it's bad, but you're not fixing the
door
panels. You know what I mean? You're not fixing the dash. Those are
I'm not fixing the dash. I could fix the door panel though, and I could fix the rear window.
How can you fix the door panel?
There have been people parting them out, and it's they just want more than I'm willing to pay. You know what I mean? It's how much would I be willing to invest in a new door panel? You know, what do you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is first you got to buy the door panel, then you got to fucking install the door panel. Well, actually, no, you got to buy the door panel. You got to go get the door panel. You got to fucking do the work. It's are you gonna get so much more for that car because it still has a fucking mangled dash?
Well, they all do, but yeah, exactly. I know. I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing.
Windows don't work or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Yep.
What would you replace this with? I feel like we touched on this.
Yeah, I feel like we had a whole conversation about this.
Yeah, I know, but now you've had time to let it sink in, and then you and I have had a separate conversation offline. We took it.
Offline.
I'm in business mode today. I put together a PowerPoint. No, go on.
Nice.
I didn't. I hate it.
Oh.
Car has a rear tower bar and a front tower bar that's missing.
What would you replace it with, Kevin? What's up? What pops up in the old noggin there when you think of getting a new whip?
I was looking at V8 GSs, you know.
That's a good call.
Third gen GSs. I was also, like we talked about in a previous podcast, looking at UCF 40 LSs. I don't really know if that's for me, you know.
I feel like it could be. I think anything could be for you.
Anything could be. You're right. You know, I'm a transformative individual.
Yeah, I mean, anything could be for anyone if you want it bad enough.
Exactly. You know, I mean, I don't know that I don't know
BMWs, and now
that's the thing. Exactly. Maybe it's time for me to transform out of a Toyota. You know.
I don't think
to
that's
evolve. Maybe I've been in a cocoon this whole time, and I could be a butterfly. You know.
You got to go through the chrysalis of it all.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm struggling internally and brooding, and I'm going to come out stronger.
Does a BMW pop up into your head when you're like, I think I want a new car? Actually.
Like a new car? I want an L.
You're like the crowd.
On an LC500.
Yeah, okay. Well, no, not like a brand new car.
A new.
But you've awoken, you know, you guys have awokenness, and I'm a fully be like, yo, I would take that car, I'd buy that car, these are all sick, you know what I mean?
You've come so far since we started the podcast.
I feel like it's true.
When we asked you to dream a little dream, and you're like, I can't dream a dream, and then you said at 40. Yeah. I believe that bit was old Kevin would just buy one shit car to get to the next shit car. Like, and go around collecting shit cars and then have an army of shit cars. And now here you are. You're just like brand new Lexus.
Yeah, give it to me now.
Yeah.
Let me dump it on his guts and make it.
It's not even new anymore, though, is it?
It's not even.
It's like 2018, 2019.
I think 19 would be the I think 19. Sorry, the newest. I think
the newest. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not one of those.
So, but does a BMW enter into your mind when you think of this? Like, I think this is like actually interesting. BMWs always enter the mind, I guess, because now like Gerard's just shoving it in my face so much, and now he shoved it into everybody's face enough. But I'm the most stubborn that almost everybody around me has a BMW now, and like I can't deny the value of them. And also, it's like maybe it's time to see what all the fuss is about a bit, you know. I disagree, but that's fine.
I think you would just say you disagree regardless if you did or not.
I don't want anybody else to get a BMW.
I still feel like I still do have 2 Toyota sedans.
Yeah,
I know. Sedans, but I have 3 right now. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more on. Who needs 3 of one car? It's like having 3 Teslas in your household. You know what I'm saying? It's just not.
Yeah, Gerard's mad at his rich neighbors. The idea of Kevin getting a 3GS was very exciting. That obviously I was excited about it. I thought it was great.
Because to me, it's like the same as the Crown, but like it has better North American like crossover appeal. People are more like, oh, I get it. Like I've seen that car. It's also kind of huge, and like I love that about it. I love that about it. It's like drifting that car would be hilarious almost. It
would be the best.
Right?
Yeah, no. I think it would. I think it just makes the most sense. But I argued for that car when Gerard still wanted to build the Stagia. I was like, no. After the Arista went, I was like 3GS, and everyone thought I was a big old dummy, and now,
no, I mean, it's the same suspension as the 18, so
but the point that we always make is that people don't necessarily get that when they look at a product. They don't think like, oh, the Crown is the exact same as like most pedestrian people are like, what is that? And then that's where it ends.
Yes.
Gerard, you look really involved in whatever you're doing. What are you doing?
You look stressed.
What do you think I'm doing?
Trying to buy a car.
No, I'm not buying any of these. I'm just comparing prices.
That's all you're ever doing.
I sent it to you. You didn't look.
Oh, it was the BMW, though. Oh, yeah. Fuck, God damn it. I don't care. I can't.
You can care.
Can't. What's this one? The 2009 3 Series?
335 Ag wagon.
All right. It's fine.
Dude, I would drive that. That's like a pretty decent price for compared to.
Talking about the black one or the white one?
The white one.
The white one's sick. It's only 10 grand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like compared to those GSs, it's like it's cheaper.
Yeah, it's a twin turbo, right? So stock.
The white one looks like a minivan.
What?
This
has 19s.
Okay.
It says 19.
You know, the black one's fucking even sicker.
I like the black one.
So those octagon headlights and shit.
Yeah, that's all interchangeable, but yeah, that's
this is the one that has the Louis Vuitton grill.
Yeah, that's just a grill off the the style of the newer ones. Yeah, that car's sick. It only has 30,000 on it.
I don't know about the grill for me, but
30,000 man. The car's like fucking brand new.
Yo, that sunroof is huge.
Yeah, it's a full pano, man. Full panoramic on the fucking wagons.
It's
super sick. I know, man. Yeah, so that car is like downpipes and a tune away from 400 horsepower.
You know what I can't get down with every time I see it on BMWs? All this like orange ass shit. Like I hate it.
You mean like the gauges?
Yeah, like the odometer, you know, and the like that little like in the gauges, that like info thing.
Well, it just so happens that you can actually get a complete digital screen to replace that with.
Oh, that's sick.
Basically the same one out of the brand new like F80.
And will
G80.
it?
Dude, this thing is.
Will it hide all the air codes that the car throws?
No.
Okay, good.
Dude, I want to
So
buy this
weird.
car. This car's cool. Yeah, like
fully sick.
The car. I don't like how this episode's taking a turn to Kevin buying a BMW.
You know,
all
it took was like 28 weeks of Gerard sending BMWs, and eventually,
ugh, I can't.
This might be the one. You know, this might be the episode.
Oh man, I'm worried. Oh, it's a lot to deal with. All right, hey. So the weekly battle of if that should be.
You know what? I'll probably just wait. Let's just wait until like 3/4 of the parts are already developed.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Do that.
So Kevin's gonna buy a beamer.
I don't like this at all. No, I don't like it. I was so excited about what we were getting into. Kevin,
I thought you weren't into wagons. They have sedans. They have
like wagons.
Sedans. I bet you. Oh yeah, okay. I bet you can find a 335i sedan. Fucking.
I just prefer the 17 Crown sedan to the wagon a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean neither of those cars are like great, but the.
Fuck you, buddy.
The wagon has the coolest
fuck you.
Create to divide. Create to divide.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about what you have to say.
No. I'm saying the sedan's better on that car.
The
wagon only has the wagon coolness factor.
What I mean? Like, they're both pieces of shit, so when you step on them, they're the same, but one smells worse than the other.
Jesus.
I mean, in my opinion, it's a cool car. It just needs a lot to make it look fully sick. That's the only thing.
Every car needs a lot.
Right up your alley.
Not really.
That should be
all that chrome shit, all the embellishments on those cars. It's a lot.
It's too much. It's just too much. You think you'd love that, man?
The thing that I was the most excited about has gone away, so I don't know what we're gonna talk about now.
The GSs? We were talking about GSs.
Yeah, I know, but that quickly went to like, I'm gonna get this white car.
I mean, I talk a big game. I'm not buying anything, you know.
Yeah, all right. Until you do.
Yeah, but I gotta get rid of something before I buy something. I feel, or at least finish something, you know. But I mean, I don't know. Like, what does finishing anything even mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna say ISF pricing's all over the place.
Yeah.
A little.
I couldn't even find an ISF that was before 2008.
Yeah, I'm looking at a white one for total price landed 17,000. Grade 4, white leather.
Oh. White leather.
Fuck y'all and your stupid BMW.
Send me that shit. We should literally just have one where all we do the entire time is just like look at
I think that's what this episode's gonna be, because I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
I feel like we talked about so much good stuff before it like divulged.
Oh yeah, just about videos and me fucking being sad when things. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really gotta dig deep. Maybe I should talk to someone.
Do you?
No. I don't know. Who's to say?
Okay.
I had 2 beer. No. Yeah, I'm fine. I think I drank 2 beer really quick, and there was higher alcohol percentage, but they tasted like juice. And now I'm here.
I think I might go open a beer.
I was considering having another one, but I was like, that's dangerous territory. Yeah, I feel like I gotta keep it together. Yeah, maybe that'll be the thing. Hey, I just want to say,
Kevin,
let it all hang out. I should get a convertible.
Yeah, you should get a drop top.
Yeah,
too much responsibility.
Ooh. I would just drive around with the convertible down with like a big piece of art in the fat passenger seat.
A big what? Art?
Piece of art.
Oh, I thought you said a big.
Seat. Yeah,
like a sculpture. Right in
I was thinking more of like a paint, like a painting that's like 4 feet by 4 feet with that like ornate gold frame, Oh,
it's all I pictured it like a statue of a fancy dog.
Oh, that would be cool too. Yeah. And I would have my hair like flowing in the wind, and I'd like be doing like cocaine rails off the like steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? It's only a BMW, man. It's not like a fucking Ferrari Testarossa.
A Porsche.
Actually, that's not true, because a BMW is fully up cocaine alley. Like, Everybody that drives one probably is like,
man.
You know.
It's like the low key cocaine car, you know.
Is it? Or is it just? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't know anything about cocaine.
Or BMW.
Cocaine or BMW or cars. What's going on in everybody's world? I feel like we haven't spoken in a while.
Yes, I agree. Holy shit. Sorry, my bad. Just
Jordan
looking at the
doesn't
cars.
know how to have a conversation. Go on.
These cars are fucked up expensive.
Yeah.
Like my 1 Series, they're like fucked up expensive. Holy shit. Okay, anyways. We haven't seen each other in a while because if you went away or some shit and then you couldn't do a podcast or something and then we had to.
We did a podcast 2 weeks ago and then, I went away, but Kevin and I went on a trip. We did a podcast, but I haven't really seen. In like 2 weeks. We haven't spoken for a while, really. So what's going on?
How are you feeling about life, Ryan?
Okay, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you set yourself up for that one.
Yeah, I sure did. How am I feeling about life?
Yeah,
On a scale of 1 to 10, rate how you're feeling today, Ryan.
Yeah. I will say after we went to Penticton,
a mental check.
I was probably pretty low for a while because I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing in it because I felt like I didn't know what I was doing anymore because we don't have any projects lined up, right? Like I'm editing a Penticton video. Yeah, the
SerialNine.
SerialNine, the thing
what
that
Ryan latches onto.
Yeah, what I latch onto, Farmer Jerry.
Okay.
I know what I was saying. After we came back from Penticton, and then we did
you were having drift.
Like I was just like, what? Well, because also realistically, since February, we've had things on the books. It's like, well, we're doing Drift Week, and then we got back from Drift Week. Well, yeah, you do, right? Like that's that. Old Ryan doesn't.
We got Villains in September.
Right.
What else you want to do, buddy? We could go to Final Bout in September.
Could go to Final Bout. I have to figure that out, but that's the thing.
Would you go if you didn't have to pay for the flight?
Realistically, like I said, I think it's the incidentals on it, right? It's like probably makes more sense to fly to
Incidentally,
Chicago.
Bitch.
You heard? You bish. Makes more sense to fly to Chicago. Makes more sense if you're going to go, you might as well try to do like all the stuff for it.
The whole Final Bout.
Yeah, the whole Final Bout experience, especially if you're going. Yep. So you got to find accommodations. You got to rent a car and then get there and then food.
You might be able to scam a ride.
Be able to scam a ride. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I know
it is a lot. I do think it's interesting because it is a lot to ask, and I have had people that were nice enough. Like Chob has taken me.
It is a 4-hour drive or whatever.
I've been picked up from the airport and driven around and then dropped off at the airport. So I'm very thankful to Chob for doing that. I've stayed at people's places.
Big ups to Chob.
Yeah, big ups to my boy Chob.
Chob.
Chop.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is a liter. I'm drinking a liter of pop, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
A liter of cola.
A liter of soda, dog.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for you.
No.
I think that's great. No. Okay. But yeah, I went through a thing where I was like, I don't even what am I meant to do? And then we released the Weekfest video.
You mean? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess.
What does the Lord have planned for you?
Yeah, exactly. What am I meant to do with my life? I think it just all takes my mind off that we're just spinning around on an earth for no reason, I went to go see the latest Wes Anderson movie and I didn't get it.
Which
and I had to. Oh man, yeah, I forgot you don't.
What is it?
Asteroid City.
Okay.
And I didn't understand it out of the gate. So then I had to come home and read about it, which also made me sad. Because I was like, why don't I get this? And then I had to read about it. And there's a person that says in the thing, it's like, if we exist, it's pretty much like their analogy for it is like, we exist to create, but we create to prove that we exist. So what's the point? And I was like, oh yeah, that's fair. And a lot. Anyway, so yeah, I think I just went through and I turned 39. So maybe I'm having an existential crisis of like, what's actually going on?
Yeah, time to buy an ISF.
Time to buy an ISF. Also, so when we set off to do Drift Week, and then I came back, I was very excited I was like, man, we could go do so many things. And I was like, maybe this is like the time to really push and try to do content. And I feel like we did that. But then part of me was also like, are we any further ahead? Like, I don't know what the goal was, but did we achieve the goal? And then that was like part of that. I was like, because now it feels like things are winding down. Yeah. And it's like, so got a lot of, just existing in a thing, living in a moment.
Yeah, it seems like you're philosophizing.
I'm fucking spiraling. Is what I'm doing.
Strife. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Check on your friends, people.
I'm fine.
Hopefully you can have a podcast and you can talk to them about it over the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm okay. I just didn't. I want to,
You also
want to do a thing. Yeah.
I know. You said I also had.
You want to work for SerialNine? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like always.
Tell me more
always.
About the Barbie premiere tomorrow.
Hang on, but to answer your question, Gerard, yes, always. But a grown-up, responsible me feels like can't.
Yeah.
But look. Eventually, if anything in my life goes real south, then I'm like, okay, then I'll go do that, and that's what I'll do. You'll get the worst version of me.
I was about to say, I really like how like your plan to work for SerialNine is just like if everything goes wrong in your life, you're like,
it really that is only just one thing.
When I would work for you is if like I'm at rock bottom.
It actually wouldn't be rock bottom. I think all that would have to happen is I wouldn't have my current job, and then I think that would be the thing.
The catalyst.
The catalyst, because I just.
Because you'd start being there, we'd start paying you, and then go from there.
Yeah. It's a tricky thing when I don't know, like it is. It's a weird thing that to have a hobby that you love so much and like spend so much time on, and then not actually do that for your career. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It's hard to wrap your brain around. Like, long time.
I think a lot of people have that though.
Yeah, I think
it's like drifting. Period, right? Like so many people want to go drifting, but
I think most people don't make a living from their main hobby.
But then the tricky part is two of my bestest friends make a living from their hobby. So that's like that's
they eke by, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And I guess that's all anyone can really hope for this day and age.
Hey, how do you feel about inflation?
Not with that attitude.
I mean, I love inflation. It keeps my tires on. If without inflation, I'd be fucked. There'd be no drifting.
I love that. That's a good bit. Yeah, that's great. Good. Hey, but to be fair, you've had trouble keeping your tires on.
That's what I'm saying. I know. That's why I love inflation. Yeah. Deflation, not so good for me.
Deflation is what you're really worried about.
That's my nemesis.
Speaking of that, did you ever figure out why your tires always DB'd? Not always, but like randomly, more often than average DB'd.
I mean, the one on the way to Villains, I believe, was because it was a used 215 Achilles, and with the 9 degrees of camber and the highway driving was just too much. And then that tire that I had recently coming back from Penticton, I debeated it at the track because it just constantly was losing pressure, and I had to constantly fill it up. And on the way home, I just kind of stopped caring enough to check it all the time, as much as I should have. So it probably got too low, and then it had a sidewall blowout. I'm pretty confident the last one could have been prevented with more constant checking of the tire pressure, because I knew the tire leaked. But do I know why the tire leaked? No. Like that tire leaked on multiple different wheels. So
We're going to lose our sponsorship if I say this, but do you feel like it's a Valino? No, I was going to say, like, is it a Valino?
No, it's
tire?
It's a Firehawk Indy 500.
Firestone.
Which is made by Firestone. Firestone made the Ford Exploder tires, so.
Right. So is it a tire issue then, do you think, or is it a wheel issue? But it happened on multiple wheels.
It happened on multiple wheels.
So,
but then the Enkeis, which I put multiple of these Firestones on, had multiple leaks. Then I put a completely different pair and brand of tires on. That's what I went to Weckfest on.
Yeah,
that's what I went to Weekfest on. I'll let you cut which one you want. And then when I got back, it was leaking. But then Alex was like, "Oh, the inner lip is cracked."
I do love that we called it Weckfest for so long, and I feel like we
cut out
influenced other people to call it Weckfest.
I don't know.
And then I feel like I don't know.
I don't really know.
I noticed that Alex from Checkpoint was calling Weckfest, and then they got called out for it.
Yeah, we did.
And then I was like, did we do that? Like, are we part of the problem? Did we like sabotage a Checkpoint video? Because it's like when Gerard started calling it Weckfest, I was like, man, I'm a fucking dummy. I've been calling it Weekfest for all these years. I guess it's Weckfest. And then Gerard later on just like Weckfest sounds cooler than Weekfest, which
you're not wrong.
Does it though? Weekfest,
in my opinion,
I don't know. That's because you're biased now.
Oh, I am biased.
Yeah,
I got Stockholm syndrome.
I do love that Gerard is in the vlog for the Weekfest video. Wow. Like not ours, but like the Chronicles.
Filipinos, man, we stick together.
Yeah, but like it's a pan over to get to the blit, you know? It's like the pink car, and then like kind of like accidentally overshoots the blit to my car, and then quickly back to the blit. There's a blit, so that's good. The blit did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Fine.
So I will say a lot of people reached out about last week's episode, which I
did have a lot of people, yes, and thank you for all the time.
What was the last week about?
Gerard, the last podcast is Kevin and I trying to explain teamwork to you, and you being just utterly confused by the concept.
Teamwork?
You're just like, nah, just gotta hit home runs.
Hit home runs. My life is a home run derby is essentially what you're saying.
Right. We're talking about
and I was like, do you get what I'm saying? At one point you're like, you lost me. That's just the funniest fucking thing. It's just like us trying to be like, so Gerard, everybody plays a part, and you're like, home fucking run. But a lot of people reached out and said that they actually very much appreciate Kevin's Altezza. They love that he goes drift.
Yeah, I agree. It's a team effort.
What? You didn't? You were okay. Good.
I do remember last episode now. I do. I just like forgot about it.
It is fun
to
think.
Kevin's car, and then changing it, and then 500 horsepower, and then make it crazy. You saying
like it should
switch
be?
It out.
Yeah.
No, it was more about getting. It was about getting rid of it. I feel, and then Ryan was like,
switching it out.
It's more like you got to parade it around more, and you were more like, get rid of it. No, Ryan said parade it around more.
I said you should retire it and then bring it back out for a special occasion.
Parade it around with one of the customers with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah. People found that they love that. They're like, Gerard's job is to build dope ass cars, and Kevin's job is to drift.
So what are we talking about this week, man? We just talked about a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense.
Yeah, it is just
all we ever talked
about. Okay, here.
That's what we talked about.
Hey, guys, comment on what type of van you think SerialNine should get for a shop van. Should it be like a Hi-Ace? And if so, tell us why you want us to build a Hi-Ace. Because there are pros and cons of those type of vans versus regular type of vans, which are like Alphars and Velfires and like Elgrands. And then there's like Hi-Aces and like Dodge vans and Econolines and shit. So yeah,
is this the thing that you're doing now?
I don't know, man. Eventually we need a shop van.
Okay.
You always need a shop van.
I feel like you already have one in your mind that you would get, and then you're asking people like it matters. Like, you're not going to listen to anyone.
Yeah, because they're all wrong anyway.
Yeah, like
even when my opinion's the opposite of Gerard, my opinion's wrong. So like, who the fuck cares anyway, right?
What would
I think here's what we should build as a SerialNine shop van is a Japanese bus.
Japanese
like a legit
bus?
like 3-ton. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you bother asking people?
That'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Someone did say this, and I don't know if we could do this, and I meant to kind of like look into it. William said, I think you guys should do skits, which I don't think is what we
should do skits for sure.
Like what? What do you mean?
But he said, I don't think
like
that's
Dave
actually
Chappelle
what it
does
means.
skits.
Because like
sketch comedy.
Yeah, I don't like people playing on my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, what I did watch a podcast with Seth Meyers and Neil Brennan yesterday, so I'm all up on my head writer stuff. Anyway, for those that don't know, Seth Meyers was a head writer at Saturday Night Live, and Neil Brennan was Dave Chappelle's writing partner on the Chappelle Show. Anyway, okay, here we go. But he said, yeah, skits like underrated or overrated. Like throw out a topic and they all choose whether it's underrated or overrated. Would be cool to hear you guys' takes on some of that stuff. Like the broad.
That's a good idea. Let's do that.
I feel like we also had talked about like doing like a segment maybe.
Yeah.
You know? Or where it's just like, it wasn't underrated or overrated, but it was something similar than that. Like, you know?
Yeah. But I think the thing is that we have it is a great idea.
Let's do that right now.
Okay, well, let's start out. He said windshield banners. Underrated, overrated.
Is it at the top or at the bottom?
Well, I mean, that's all the information you got.
Yeah. Let's start with top.
Okay, I fully hate when they have that fucking strip. Like, if you're gonna put a windshield banner on, put a windshield banner on. It's cool. It should just be sort of like free form. But if you're gonna put a fucking strip for the windshield banner to sit on, because like you can't put it on the bare window, that shit looks whack. Because the windshield strip, if it follows the contour of the top of the windshield, it looks fucked up because it's like gonna be like smiling. And if you make it straight, it looks fucked up because
you gotta make it the other way. You gotta make it just downward.
No, if you just make it straight, it looks like it's going downward. So those strips basically fuck those strips. But windshield banners, I like them.
I don't hate the strip.
Better.
I don't hate the strip.
So, what was the name of that company? God damn it! What was the name of that company in Vancouver that would like do custom windshield banners for people?
Like every vinyl shop.
I was just gonna say,
no, I know.
I think like the bottom. I think like the bottom window banner's cool. I think like the rear giant window banner's cool. I think the like video option or D1 street legal fucking banner's cool. Like I think
those. I hate those all of those banners printed upper banners, like the I
compete in motorsports banner.
Yeah, I hate that. It's ugly. Yeah. You know what I like the most is like Camber Gang, Violent
Click,
SerialNine. You know those really buckets right in the middle of the windshield. So
I think that shit's sick too. Like I
like the Fig Newton one. You know.
Yeah, like
what the fuck are you talking about? What's the fucking
I love referencing movies. That's that Gerard has no idea what I'm talking about. This windshield.
It's not just me, Ryan. It's like the entire fucking community.
No, that's
fucking. I guarantee everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Very common.
Big news.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I got you.
Ricky Bobby.
Fucking, I'm up on my pop culture, Gerard. I don't understand how many times we need to go through.
No, the problem is you're too up that you have like
I know
weird references. Yeah. Nobody.
I don't think that's an obscure one though.
No, that one. That's what I was saying. I'm like that one is very not. Everyone knows this one.
Yeah. I've learned to like reel them in a bit. I think.
You know what I?
Okay.
Oh, really?
That was kind of cool.
There's more.
Oh yeah, there's like the ones where like it's
there's more
one way glass.
You've already reeled it in.
or whatever. It's like the whole car was covered, so like you couldn't see in, and it was like graphics all over the windows, but it was like a running driving car. So like I guess you could see out of it, but like maybe with really poor vision.
Sick.
Yeah. Anyways, what's the next one, man? What's the next one?
Well, that's the only one I had. I got.
That was think of one, bro.
Well, I got one. Don't worry. Fucking. How do you feel about the spiky lug nuts?
Overrated. Spiky lug nuts on what?
Not for me.
On anything. Well, but isn't that like
overrated?
That was like a 326 thing a while ago, or like an everybody thing, or no?
Yeah.
Now I got you because it was a Japanese thing. Now and you like 326. You're still overrated on it. You're gonna say
I'm still
on
overrated,
their cars,
but like it's not for me.
Gerard's gonna be like on certain cars. It's fine. It's gotta be wild. I'm gonna build an AI.
I mean, I do feel that like.
What? That's so funny.
He just said, I'm going to build an AI Gerard. Just feed him like every audio clip of Gerard from the podcast.
It would just break because it would like flip flop onto itself and like not know
what to
like
believe.
Those electric fishes where the tails just flap.
Yeah. It would just
Billy,
be like, this
Billy
is
the
the
Bass.
sickest, but I also fucking hate it. All right, go on.
That feels very human though.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Spiky lug nuts. Get fucked unless your car is nuts and like it's basically just a show car, but even still,
like the 326 cars.
I really struggle to find any other cars that can pull that off besides the 326 cars, because those lug nuts are total shit, and the spikes just screw in. They're just like complete and utter embellishment. There's no, and then some of them are like
have to be.
4 inches.
Yeah, like there's no practical use. Like when I'm in a death race and I try to drive into someone with them, they don't.
If you have those spiked lug nuts on a rig or something, and you wanted to go fuck up some zombies, like that'd be the best. I would take the more regular lug nuts.
So in the zombie apocalypse, underrated.
You're gonna drive a show car.
I do think on the rigs though, like if the rig is nuts.
And my door got fucking like can opener by a truck fucking lug nuts.
Yeah, well maybe you shouldn't drive so close to fucking sick rigs, bro.
Lesson learned.
Hey man, he drove too close to me.
So just so we're clear, hypothetical
I'm the only one who got fucked up. So
yeah,
he probably didn't even realize. He's like, exactly.
Bro? Yeah, exactly.
So hypothetical zombie apocalypse. Gerard's taking a show car that has spiky lug nuts on it.
No, because the wheels would
be better.
Lug nuts.
Better than.
Yeah. Hey, if it was a zombie apocalypse, what type of car? If it was any type of apocalypse, what vehicle would you take?
A
bicycle.
A what?
A bicycle. So I could still use it to get around. Yeah, I could actually get around.
Gerard, what would you take? A rig?
Yeah, I'd probably a dump truck or something. Some big fucking stupid ass.
Like getting a dump truck.
Yeah, I already paid Jeeves. Jeeves, Gerard's butler, to fly the helicopter over and scoop me up. So it's all taken care of.
Gerard, when the apocalypse happens, Gerard Butler's not helping him out because Gerard's been real hard on his butler,
That's why I paid him. He's gonna come help me out.
Yeah. He can't wait to fuck Gerard over. You're taking a dump truck, hey?
Yeah,
that sounds like a good vehicle.
Big,
how are you gonna fit all your family in there? In the back of the dump truck?
What do you think the back part's for?
They're not really protected,
fully
protected.
Yeah.
What? The zombies don't have guns. They're just.
When they climb up.
Yeah,
there,
but they climb up on each other and then they're on the back.
I'd just be driving over.
Can you drive a dump truck?
I'm sure I could figure it out in like the time it took to fucking get a dump truck running.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too. It's like. I mean, I got my air brakes.
He has his air brakes. I just gotta figure out how to turn that shit off initially, but
that's literally like 2 seconds.
You're not worried about like fuel or anything, like fuel consumption?
I mean, it's diesel and it would use a lot of fuel, yes, but I mean, anything. What are you gonna take a fucking Prius?
I don't know.
I wouldn't take a Prius.
Yo, you get great consumption.
Yeah,
you get further
tiny
away.
Little wheels. You have to remember, you're going to be driving over bodies. You're going to be driving over debris. You're going to be driving over. You have to drive over, not on the road. Like you have to have something that can fuck shit up.
Yeah. But like, is a dump truck?
This is a good topic. We should do zombie apocalypse preparedness.
We should talk about. We should take a prepper talk going.
I mean, honestly, I'm just gonna take the truck that's sitting in the fucking garage. That's my QX, and let's see how far I get with that thing. I'm probably not very far because it has terrible fuel consumption. But
yeah, you're not. Yeah, and then like the headers or whatever are gonna get sucked back into the engine, and then that's the end of that thing.
Nah,
I'm just gonna hunker down.
Yeah, if I'm taking,
I got water, I got food. You know.
What are you taking, Kevin?
I said I'm just gonna hunker down. I got water.
Hunker down. Food. Yeah.
I got protection, you know.
I mean, you're already ahead of me. You only have to protect you and your one person.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna protect like fucking 800 people.
Yeah, but you got chickens. You can eat those chickens, buddy.
Yeah, man, you got
unless they're zombie chickens. No, but you get to eat the eggs. Aren't you a homesteader? Yeah.
Yeah, I got chickens. I got cats. Like I could totally like play with my cats. Like
no, you can eat them.
Farmer Jerry, you got eggs.
Yeah, but I can't eat. Yeah. My cats don't lay eggs, you know.
Yeah. Farmer Jerry would be okay.
And if they did, there'd be some problems.
Yeah.
Cat laying, egg laying motherfuckers.
Yeah, Jerry, you do have the hardest go. You got a lot of people you got to worry about.
Yeah, man.
That's just.
Where are you heading to?
I mean,
what's
even logistically.
Every time I want to give Gerard shit, I always just think about that. I'm just like, fuck, man, I got like 3 kids to worry about.
Yeah.
I was just saying, even logistically, like vehicle-wise, like it's difficult, man. Like you have to have basically like at least a large 6-seater vehicle.
I mean, realistically, you're taking the Odyssey.
No, if anything, the truck. 100% taking the truck.
Fuck, you're gonna fit them all on the truck, I guess.
Yeah, they fit the truck.
The truck is bigger than the Odyssey.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, fine.
And also, it's 4-wheel drive and has big tires, so 100% taking the truck.
And dude, the stereo is way better too.
Yeah, and you got the brakes. You got your brakes fixed too, right?
Yeah, the brakes. I haven't even driven it since, but that's sick. I forgot about that. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to Eric.
Fixed the brakes for you because it was just a big rolling weapon, which would be perfect for the apocalypse.
Dude, it was scary.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody ever hit nothing. Did you guys look at my bus?
Maybe that could be your zombie apocalypse. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So, take a bus.
Put all your kids in there.
The problem with the buses is they're really slow and hard to get around.
Yeah, that thing is way.
So is a dump truck.
Even bigger and
but a dump truck
is slower.
Big, and you could just drive over a bunch of shit with dump trucks.
Yeah, not for the longest amount of time.
I mean, you get one of those with the super singles on the front, buddy. Those aren't going flat. Like you just drive over fucking almost anything with those super singles.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, Kevin?
I would take the dump truck over that van for sure, or that bus.
Oh, I mean the bus. Yeah, the bus is a
non-starter. Non-issue. Yeah.
Nope. It's all glass too. Like the zombies just smash the windows out and come crawl through and kill you.
Yeah, like I said, I think I'd just hunker down maybe, you know? Seems like in an emergency, that's the best situation, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I got that crawl space, so that's pretty cool.
Currently, I would probably just take the motorcycle, but that seems like a bad way.
Well, Nicole's got to go with you.
Wife.
Yeah, but that, you know, she could get in. Then we would just take her giant, shitty, hilarious, stupid van. Astro van or Safari van or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then you could put the motorcycle in the back, and then
I could, or like on the roof.
Could fling open for a quick getaway.
Like
Oh, shit.
You could put a ramp and then drag it. Yeah.
No wonder we're friends.
Yeah, I'm thinking. It would be like the semi that picked up Knight Rider, but for your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So we really got derailed. Fuck, I don't know.
You railed me hard, man. That's why.
I mean, you're taking the Prius.
The Prius is like, I get the furthest.
Dude, that's all you have.
But that's not, I have a 4Runner.
Where's the 4Runner?
Oh, buddy, you're taking
I drove it today.
Well, then why wouldn't you take the 4Runner?
No, but the 4Runner's fuel consumption is so bad.
Yeah, but what happens when there's like a tiny little bump in the road, aka 3 dead zombies, and now you're screwed.
Or dead regular people, really.
Dead regular people.
Fucking,
but also,
you know what? I'm taking the Aristo so I can stunt on everybody.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Dude, I would.
Stun. Yeah. I'd go out the way I came in. Stun. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably the 4Runner. I don't know. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
I guess.
The 4Runner will make it. Okay. Like it's a fucking 4Runner. The thing will be still running and driving well after the fucking apocalypse. Like,
well,
I'm
honestly,
gonna
will be long
you're just
gone.
gonna run out of gas first. Like this is you're gonna get to the gas station.
That is the problem.
Gonna be no
like,
gas.
You're gonna have to.
Or you're just gonna like end up on the road and you'll be stuck behind. You'll just be stuck behind other cars that ran out of gas. You know.
Yeah.
But see, because it's a 4Runner, it's 4-wheel drive. You just drive off the road.
Exactly.
Right.
Or
I put the 4Runner wheels on the Prius and just fucking give her.
Just hog it out with a saw.
Yeah, you know that's necessity is the whatever of invention or whatever is whatever that saying is.
Brother.
Any
other mother
of innovation. All right, great. So that was 2 questions into if underrated or overrated. Hey, how do you feel about what are those the mirrors? Not the Gannon, not
Fender mirrors.
Broadway mirrors.
Broadway mirrors.
Ganadors. He's talking about Ganadors.
We'll do that next.
Oh, okay. Broadway mirrors, 100% dope.
100% dope. Do you run
There's
one?
only one downside. I run them in all the cars. There's only one downside to the Broadway mirror. Your fucking visors hit them.
How do you feel, Kevin? Broadway mirror.
I don't dislike them in any way, shape, or form. I just never have them. I have had them in the past, but it's just not something that I like
long for.
Yeah, but I'm also weird. I always have my visors flip down, so that I also feel like that the Broadway the ability to flip the visors wouldn't really affect me so much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only on the one side because the one visor is fairly functional, either down or up on the one side that it's not angled to. On the one side it hits the mirror, so you have to kind of like. Basically,
it's always fucks up the driver's side. That's what you're saying.
I kind of think it's the driver's side, maybe.
Well, that would be the side of the angled towards.
Mind you, I've only ever bought one. One came in my car, and then I think I bought one for. I know the Aristo had one, which is the blip.
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want it. It allows you to see way more,
Yeah, it's super sick, man. They do have different ones. But yeah, I also
doesn't the one in the Blit show like G forces and stuff like.
No, that was the Stagia. It had like all sorts of crazy shit.
That was crazy. Yeah, like that one was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of sort of didn't work and shit, and it was really gimmicky. But it had a little tiny remote control that slid into it and stuff. It was fucking nuts, but it just was whatever. I just went with that car. Fuck that car. So.
All right. Okay. Gerard. Ganadors.
I'll let Kevin go first.
To me, they're overplayed. They're kind of cool looking. But also, it just feels like they're just worth way too much, like for what they are. You could get a whole crazy turbo, and maybe even manifold for the price of Ganadors. And you're gonna get
internet,
and you're gonna get mirrors. Yeah, I know exactly. The internet can't see it on your build, and that's why.
Yeah.
Sure as fucking hear it, though.
It's not for me.
Yeah. All right, Gerard.
Ganadors.
They're
fucking mirrors, man. They're mirrors. It's one fucking tiny aspect of the car, and it's aesthetic at that. And I understand aesthetics are obviously important, especially to someone like me. But if your car needs fucking $1,500 mirrors to be cool, it's not that cool. You know what I mean? You could probably spend that $1,500 on 2 or 3 other places on the aesthetics of your car and make it cooler than those fucking $1,500 mirrors make it. I'm not saying they don't look dope. They don't look they definitely look better than stock, and they're pretty cool. And it's cool that they could be power and all that other shit. But the prices are just too fucked. And now they make those fake or rep ones. And I'm 100% all for that, man.
No, but they're also
stole my point.
They're also $900.
They're 700.
500, I thought.
I think they're 700 Australian. Are they not?
Which is
Like-
on par with Canadian.
Yeah, which I feel like by the time you get them here is going to be $900. But yeah,
I mean, that's still pretty expensive. But they are still power and all that shit, though, aren't they?
I think they have that as an option. I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like.
Yeah, I mean, in my
this
opinion,
company
it's
because
like
honestly, yeah, like I would also I would get those over Ganondorfs too, probably.
And I mean,
that is my new thing. I was like, I'd get those. I like them.
because it's like
I do.
That's the thing. I kind of feel like the styling is a bit cooler as well. You know,
they look exactly the same, don't they?
I don't know. I don't think so. Are they?
I think so.
I don't
think,
care about the name.
Well, what was the company?
Shy Ganondor is what everyone calls them.
Yeah, I looked up
there's another
Shy
one.
Factory, but that's the yeah.
No, it's not that.
There's one apparently, and I could be very wrong about this, but one is like accepts cryptocurrency. That's how you pay for it, and then there's the other,
Nice.
like, the Shy Ganon. Yeah. Will with the GS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that's what he runs. One of them. I could be mistaken, but pretty sure that's what he's running.
I guess for me, it's like it's cool that you have Ganondors, but if that's your flex, then.
Well, I mean, it is cool, but like it is.
Yeah, it is called Shy Factory.
At the end of the day, it's an aesthetic embellishment, man. It's like a spoiler. I mean, I'm not saying like a real 326 spoiler wouldn't be cooler than a fake one or whatever, but like if a real 326 wing is $2,000 and a fake, I mean, not $2,000 for a wing. I would say $2,000 for a wing is more sort of worth it than $2,000 for mirrors. I don't know. Mirrors to me is a pretty low, and there are a lot of options. Like if you got creative, you could fucking put tons of different mirrors on your car for well under $2,000. I think the mirrors we had on the Aristo and stuff, like they were really cool because they're super like small and like kind of cool looking. I like those mirrors, and those certainly weren't $2,000. I'm just gonna say get creative, figure some shit out for $2,000.
Yeah,
for $2,000. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
There's companies that make. So I will always go back to the.
Go back, buddy.
Take her way back in the way back when machine. It's an aesthetic.
That's what you do.
It's an aesthetic thing, and spending the extra money on it is great. It's a flex. You can tell people that you have a lot of money because I think that's probably what you're getting at. But at the end of the day, if your mirror fails, like it doesn't grenade your engine, it doesn't screw up your suspension, it doesn't, like if you buy like a shitty turbo, that could fuck some shit up. If you buy some like shitty coilovers or arms, that could fuck some shit up. When it just comes down to like a kind of like fiberglass pieces, like I'm not gonna be like the biggest stickler about it because it's an aesthetic piece.
Some dress up pieces, yeah.
Yo, you just brought a really good point to the table there, Ryan.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Now go on.
I was just gonna say, if you have Ganondors on your car and you're running fucking BCs or some shit like that, like buddy, your priorities are all messed up.
Well,
like, spend that $2,000 on some
they got me all fucked up.
Good coilovers. And like, if you have Megan arms or something, like, man.
Yeah, but that probably also fits that thing, right? It's like, what are you trying to do? You're trying to make a car look low. So you can get these coilovers, these BCs, and a lot of, like, to be fair, I am not about it, but a lot of people, of course, vouch for BCs. So you go out on the internet and then they're like, yeah, BCs are great. Get the blah, blah, blah. And like, okay, whatever.
I'm not saying BC can't make a good coilover. I'm just saying the regular off-the-shelf ones and all the ones I've ridden in are not.
I wanted you to say, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying that they don't or they won't. Like,
well, I haven't ridden on the new. I don't know the names of the series. BR, BS, fucking I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, BS.
The generic like shitty ones that everyone buys and everyone thinks are like the greatest. They're not great and they suck. So don't buy those ones. They got the new degressive valving one, which is what you should have, but I've never ridden on them, so I couldn't tell you.
Great. Good. Love that. Holy shit. I just looked up Ganondorf. People, $2,800 Canadian.
Yeah,
Go
man.
away. Go away with that.
Yarp.
Yeah. Yarp indeed.
You can literally
so
take M3 rep mirrors and mold them to your car for much less than that. Mind you, the power and stuff might not work, but like
you could do that
really
easy.
like fucking power mirrors, man. Like I don't know. That's not that. Most of these cars fucking barely have working anything, anyways. Like, who cares if the fucking mirrors are power or not? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how often do you adjust your fucking mirrors? Like when you're the only one driving the car.
Yeah, like never.
Yeah.
Fucking never, man.
Once.
Like you
set
do
it
once
and forget it.
And if you
like
got
the
a car
Ronco
that's
food
like,
dehydrator.
if you got a car that's fancy and you put it in reverse and the mirror fucking dips down so you don't scratch your wheels, like that's kind of cool. But like, do you need that? No.
Cool.
Does it need to cost $1,700 on top of your $300 fucking mirrors? No. Like,
right.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was kind of like on the, honestly, yeah, there's a company that I think they said they were going to build ones for the JZS or the 16. And I was like, that's not the worst thing if they're like a reasonable price.
Wasn't it them? Wasn't it Shy or whatever?
You should just take my old mirrors and fucking paint them. Boom, done.
Oh,
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Happy birthday,
Ryan. Happy birthday. Perfect. Maybe that's a ticket. Yeah, so that's okay. Ganondorf is obviously they also sound a lot like Ganondorf, which is the villain from Zelda, which is mildly confusing.
To only you.
Okay.
Yo, dork it up, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate your dorkness, buddy.
I do too. Dorkiness.
Okay, good.
No, dorkness.
Jesus.
Dorkness.
All right.
It's like darkness.
Okay, so the darkness is spreading.
The darkness within.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
To the heart of darkness. Okay.
That's the name of the episode for sure.
Yeah. What's next? What's next on the overrated, underrated?
What's overrated, underrated? You know what we do all the time? So I'm just going to say liveries. We're like liveries, and then we're always like, if it's like a street style livery, it's fine. But if it's like too much, like, and it looks like an energy drink, not okay. So that one's out of the way. I don't think anyone's changed their mind about what liveries should look like.
If you got tribal, you can fuck off.
So livery is not a clear. It's not a clear cut thing, but really, if it's good, maybe it is. Yeah, it depends on the livery. Because you got to cut a livery out to put it on your car, so it's got to be a clear cut. Anyway, yeah, all right.
Ding, ding, ding,
you're
ding,
a dad. You're a dad of 3, and you don't get dad jokes. It could be printed. So there's no like easy. That's a dependent answer. It's like
okay, overrated I got it. Overrated, underrated. 4-wheel drive on a car.
Overrated.
Right?
Yeah.
Super an all-wheel drive car. Like, I mean, maybe if your car is really fucking fast. Like
yeah,
a GTR.
Very, very fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're making 700-800 horsepower and you want to go super fast. I mean, maybe if you're making 500 horsepower.
But I think for the average, like,
I think I'd just rather have the rear wheel drive and go a tiny bit slower though. And that's where it's like, I feel like maybe I'd still just rather have the like manual transmission and go a bit slower, you know?
I mean, maybe. I feel like maybe you just, I mean,
people will always be people.
Yeah, I said people will be people.
Yeah, exactly. People is just always who they are. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Manuals, all right. But overrated or underrated? Manual transmission. Four-wheel drive, overrated or underrated? Overrated. Fuck all-wheel drive. I don't need that shit.
Four-wheel drive is overrated, but I think it's because, like, I think a lot of, from where I'm coming from, also from the prairies, everybody wants an all-wheel drive because of the winter,
the
snow. But then it's like, yeah, but you could have like a front-wheel drive with just like good snow tires and make out okay. You don't think so? Fuck, why am I asking you this? Like
rear-wheel drive, man. Rear-wheel drive in the snow.
I'm saying for the average pedestrian.
Yeah, you're gonna put your wife in a fucking rear-wheel drive car in the snow with your kids.
regular folk confuse all-wheel drive for like the need of having good tires. I think so I do think it's a bit overrated. That was a real answer to a question. What else? Who's got one?
Over, under. Blitz 03s.
We gotta have one that comes out under.
Yeah.
Blitz 03 overrated.
Chrome VSKFs, buddy.
I like them. I'm gonna say they're good. I don't know if that's
the problem. Is like they're not under, over, or overrated.
No, they're good. I like them.
They're rated pretty well because they're sick and people like them.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like has everything we said been underrated, overrated?
Yo,
yeah.
What about this? Yo. BMW 240i's.
Fucking dope.
Overrated.
Yo, BMW 642s.
Over.
498s.
Over.
BMW 249s.
Absolutely over.
What the fuck are we even doing?
I don't know. Aren't those all BMWs?
No, I don't know. The first one was.
BMW 169er D.
Oh, this thing.
Did you put a niner in there? Yeah. Is that BMW a walkie-talkie?
Yo, if there's a BMW fucking 999er, I'd buy that shit.
99. Okay. What else you got?
Yo, what was that like hilarious tiny BMW?
Toyota Camrys. Underrated.
Underrated.
Fuck. Underrated.
Fuck.
It feels like even if they were like rated like top tier, they're still underrated.
They're still underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that if Jesus Christ drove a car, it would be a Toyota Camry.
Yeah, what about Teslas?
Oh god. Don't get me started. Yo, so
it's funny we haven't shit on Teslas in a long time.
You know what's super funny? I read a post on Reddit the other day in the Vancouver subreddit that was basically like, yo, like I've noticed this over the last 11 months, but like Tesla drivers are the worst drivers on the road. And I was just like, yes, they are. Like, thank you.
You know what's crazy?
Thank you, normal, regular person, for also observing and validating my opinion about how terrible fucking Tesla drivers are.
It's crazy. All these EVs, like, it's because I think it's going to become a problem pretty soon because they won't be able to sell them, man. I think in 3 years you lose 50% of your value. Your resale value, because nobody wants to buy an EV that's like older than 3 or 4 years old. Because
it's not cutting edge. Yeah.
Yeah, the technology. So it's going to be like a fucking...
I would buy the Toyota ones for sure. I want that to happen and have a Toyota one.
Toyota does make an EV.
They make
hybrids.
They
do.
Well, they do the BZ4G, whatever the fuck it's called.
I just saw one as a cab.
Oh, yeah.
What, like
I ain't playing on you. No, buddy, I ain't playing. I ain't playing.
It's called the Mirai.
The BR, yeah, the whatever.
BZ4 something or other. It's called.
Yeah, that the joint venture with Subaru. They have. There's actually a lot of those driving around.
Yo, they got a fully electric GR86 Subaru.
Yo,
yeah, that's what I said.
BRG. I thought you said BRGR86.
Fucking, I don't. Let me just look it up, and then we'll put it in. And
it's called a BZ4 something.
A BRZ4 GT86.
It's a BZ. It's a BZ4X.
Yeah, that's the one. BZ4X.
It is a
BZ4RX.
Yeah, who cares? It's an X, a B, and a J, and a fucking Q, and
so
R.
Think of a Z4.
It just looks like a fucking RAV4.
I know.
Stupid.
But
no, it looks like a.
But fucking, imagine
that looks like an Ionic or whatever, but worse.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You don't like the Ionic? I thought you liked it.
No, it's I'm saying it looks like a way worse Ionic. It's like,
I think it wouldn't.
Let me copy your homework, but like I don't want to like put any of the calligraphy into the word.
But I don't want a good grade. Yeah.
You want to know what's cool? That I drove out of my neighborhood. I saw a new electric vehicle at one of the houses, and I was so stoked because it wasn't a Tesla. Take a wild guess what it was.
A Rivian.
We have a few of those in our hood, but not.
Yeah, I'm over Rivians. Done.
Why?
I don't like it for the same reason. Part of the same reason I don't like Teslas, and it's like there's this love for a vehicle It seems like people only like electric vehicles that are built by companies that have never built real cars. That's it.
I mean, people like Rivians for the same reason people like Forerunners, man. 100%. And it just happens to be electric.
They like them because they like them for the same reasons they like Teslas.
Some people
I think you're both right. You're both right. There's I guarantee there's multiple reasons why everybody buys every vehicle. And there's the people who love the tech and the people who are like, yo, I'm going to be the newest and I'm going to be like the cutting edge.
Early
and,
adopter.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's also the people who are like, hey, like, I want to I actually maybe might need to move some stuff around, but I want like an electric vehicle. But like,
none of them are that. No.
Yeah. You're not.
The other part that gets me, and a thing that we haven't talked about in a long time,
talk about it,
buddy. The Taycan.
Ooh,
it's like none of these dudes are ever talking about that car. So when they get around and they talk,
because they're not smart. They're just dummies.
But then that's annoying.
Isn't it like 3 Teslas though?
It's pretty expensive.
Like a Tesla's 50K.
Yeah, I mean
Teslas. A fucking Taycan's like 200K.
200 something. Yeah, like if you're gonna buy a Taycan, you're probably trying to buy a Plaid. Rivians aren't expensive. I mean, they're expensive, but they're not like 100. I mean, 100 is like not that expensive in today's day and age.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, that's still expensive, but I mean, that is like easily Dodge truck territory.
Yeah. Like, you could buy many vehicles that are 100 grand that you would think are 100 grand.
Sure.
Like all said and done, out the door, 100 grand isn't.
Anyway,
you probably spend $100,000 on a fucking Lexus RX.
Oh yeah. Like I was pricing the RX. It's like a 450H something or other, and it was like $86,000. Like,
why were you pricing that out?
That was when
Alex was going to buy that instead and then he bought the Taycan.
Yeah.
Oh
no, he bought the Macan. Yeah, which is horrendous on fuel, but I mean, I guess that's what happens when you drive like 2 kilometers a day. Anyways, the electric vehicle that's in my neighborhood that wasn't a Tesla and I was super stoked to see is a BMW iX. Because I think they look fucking sick.
i8?
Of course you
iX.
Oh, those? Ugh.
They're fucking sick. The interior is fucking so sick.
They're so ugly from the front and not very nice from the back.
I think you'll come around.
You're probably not wrong.
You probably don't like the big grill.
They look like a pig.
Initially. Yeah, the grill's fucked up. Like the grill makes it fucked, but
I feel like that vehicle, like the grill's fucked up, and then I feel like that vehicle, since like the shape of it lends itself to like the rest of it looks like a head of the pig, you know? At least that grill.
It looks like a transformer that hasn't transformed properly.
But if you see it in person, I guarantee you'll be like, oh, that's like that. Like it has
I've seen them in person. We all saw it in person in the Prius.
Well, yeah,
we saw multiple of them. We saw the fully electric one, and we saw the non-fully electric one.
These are only electric. The iX is only electric.
Oh, what? Okay, what's that weird SUV crossover then that I'm thinking? Because I swear there was one that had like an actual grill, and then the other one, the grill was like.
No.
It looks like a Decepticon doing a bad job of fitting in with regular cars.
Because this one has all of these like that I'm looking at right now have a normal grill, which doesn't look like. But I swear we saw one of these on the way to Final Bout, and it had no grill. It had like that same shape, but it was all filled in because it was like fully electric.
I don't think there's a.
But I don't see
a range model.
I don't see any other one that looks like that at all.
Full electric. Starting price $82,000.
I mean, maybe it was just I don't know.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not for me either. Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, would you have that or a fucking Tesla, man?
I mean, if those were the only 2 options, I would take this probably.
I would maybe, as much as I hate it, I might take and then I would just drive it into a goddamn bridge compartment and call it a day. I don't want either of these cars if I'm looking at them. Like, anyway. Okay, good.
The interior is fucking sick though, man. The interior is so sick. Like compare the interior of Tesla to that thing. It's like, buddy, like it's so dope.
Yeah, I mean, I would be happy about this car.
That's what I mean. I'm sure the seats in that car are comfortable, unlike a Tesla, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd like myself if I drove by it.
Do you like yourself now, though?
I mean, I like myself fine. Yeah, I like me. I think it's just the conditions around me sometimes that I don't understand. Okay.
Yeah.
So BMWs, I think we can all agree, are overrated.
That's a great question. BMWs.
Overrated.
Gerard?
Underrated or overrated?
BMW.
Yeah.
I mean, what aspect? Just generally? Are they overrated or underrated?
Oh,
you've received all of the information you get to answer the question.
It depends on who's perceiving them, though. You know what I mean? Because do I think they're overrated or underrated?
Yeah, that's the question.
That is the question, Gerard.
I mean, I'm going to say I think they're underrated. But it's kind of a stupid one because I've never had one until now. So I always thought they were shit, and I thought they were overrated. But then the hype actually lives up to what everyone says. So I think to myself, they were underrated. I thought they were whack and whatever, but then I got one and started driving it and just experiencing it. And I'm like, man, these things are fucking sick. So maybe to myself, they were underrated.
There you go.
Okay.
That was
Kevin?
Those things are.
I, like Gerard, always thought they were overrated. I was always like, why am I going to spend $50,000 on this BMW when I could buy a 8.6 Corolla for $2,000 and put $48,000 into it, and it'll obviously be way better, But
yeah,
I do, in my age and wisdom, I've grown to appreciate the fact that if the engineers and manufacturers of the car have already done it for you, it's probably just going to actually work for a longer period of time and be better. So yeah, I don't know. This is hard because it's I do agree that I think that the BMWs are the best value in the used market, especially for the things that we're into, like rear wheel drive, sporting cars. It's you got to buy a BMW if you're looking for value. So I
mean, you can buy that G35 that we keep talking about.
Nah, shut the fuck up, G35s, motherfucker. You G35 or BMW, they even if they both sound the same, I'll take the BMW.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is a tough one for me. What am I taking?
Well, also it's they don't, even if they did, if you've got
okay. Well, I will say perfectly rated. People seem to know they're good. People also seem to know they have a lot of problems and they suck. And I think they're great cars, but they also probably have a lot of problems and they suck. I've never really gone into that world, so I can't say myself if they're underrated or overrated. But right now, I feel like in the last 4 months, if someone, because this happens a lot, people are like, hey man, I want to drift. What should I get? I've just been telling people to get a BMW. It's the only thing that makes sense. Perfectly rated.
Okay, great. Well,
Ryan,
I don't like them.
Ryan.
And from where I sit, they're overrated from a pedestrian standpoint. Okay, sure.
Explain.
So
I feel like if Gerard's rated, it's so high though.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's
easily
Gerard's rated it. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll go into it. Gerard's rated it so high and amazing. But there's always a caveat. There's always but you got to know how to work on a car, and you got to be willing to put in the time. And if you don't care, if you don't really know how to work on a car,
you got to
probably not for you.
You got to change your water pump. You got to change your fucking oil pan gasket.
You got to headliner.
You got to change your headliner. You got to do the vanos. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you got that. So you got that shit, and then. What was the other thing? You had the stutter or the shutter or whatever that was happening.
It doesn't have a shutter. No, there's no shutter.
What was the thing? I thought there was. What was the thing?
I thought there was, but there wasn't. So.
Oh, okay, good. So it gives you phantom feelings of broken. And then.
I mean, you're currently driving a fucking Aristo with half a turbo, so.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that's
But he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Well, no, I was gonna say
Ignorance
that's
is
half on
bliss.
you because I need you to fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, that's like half like, heavy is the crown there, pal. That like you control the fate on that. Yeah. So then the other part is BMWs are this like status symbol for a lot of people in Vancouver.
See, I feel like that's where you're kind of wrong. I mean,
BMW is like a normal ass car in Vancouver.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anything. Literally not anything.
Yeah, it's just another car. But I will say they do generally look nice. Like I feel like they present really well. So like if you were an average dumb fuck, and you saw two cars beside each other, one was a Toyota something or other, and one was a BMW something or other, because BMW gives a shit about their presentation and their wheel fit and all this shit, you're gonna think the BMW looks nicer or
but that's kind of what hang on, but that's kind of what I mean by a status thing. Like it's like a lot of like we know a lot of people that have flipped over to driving BMWs and Mercedes from like Toyotas and Nissans. Like there's a lot of dudes that do that. And you are right. It's just an average car, but it's kind of like it's a status car that makes you like fit in and then says something about you. It still says something like, "Oh, I drive a BMW." It means something about your it's still a status of some sort.
I think you're looking too far into it because it's might not be a status thing. It's it's the same thing as having a GTR and your friends have GTRs, or if you have an S15 and your friends have S15s, or if you have a fucking JZX and your friends have JZXs. It's being part of
a manual Risto and your friends have manual Ristos.
Yeah, it's being part of a community, and it just so happens that community is kind of fucking big and kind of really into their cars. So it's like, I mean,
so you're telling me if you go to Yale Town and someone, we've had this conversation before, and then but you go to Yale Town and someone like isn't thinking like I need to drive a Mercedes or a BMW because it says something about my status or where I sit. Like, yeah, it's not a fucking like crazy car, but because it presents well and it's deemed to be like a little bit better, like it's deemed to be better than a Toyota. There's something about German cars where it's like people buy them because I think they represent something. Okay, I do honestly.
Let me present this one to you. What if they are better?
Let me present.
What if they are better in a lot of ways, in certain ways, maybe in ways that some people care about? What if they are better?
I don't think. Okay, but that's the thing.
Ryan,
regular ass.
Ryan just had an existential crisis right there.
No, I didn't have an existential crisis.
You could hear it in the sigh. You're like,
I don't want to shit on my friend. But I have a friend who loves like I'll be like, yo, why do you drive BMW? Gotta have it. She loves it. And it's like it's gotta be a BMW or a Mercedes. Should I get this BMW or this Mercedes? Okay. And then every time she goes and she tells me how much she spent on her repair bill, she's like, I took it in for a service. They were meant to do an oil change and yada, yada. And now I'm $900 in. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why did that happen? And then that's always been the constant
she's
thing.
A woman.
But then I'm like, hey, why don't you just like get a Lexus or something? You won't have that issue. And she's like, ooh, yuck. I don't need a Lexus. Like, it's like a yuck thing.
Okay, it's but gross. Listen, Ryan, pull up the Lexus website right now and fucking tell me which one you would buy.
Okay, well, obviously. Great. This is going to be a fun trick.
But we're talking SUV, I bet, because she's obviously not driving a fucking LC500. Or
actually,
can we all, the entire time I just wanted to interject and say my piece, but like didn't really relate to what you're saying, but now we've changed topics. So what I will say, from my point of view, as the cis white male that I am, living in 2023 in the Western North America, the BMWs are way sicker looking from the factory. Lower, way better fitted, smaller tire, cooler wheel, better brake, all that shit. So if you make your BMW look cooler they already expect it to look like that shit, you know? But like when you have a Lexus and you do all this shit to it, it's just like, what the fuck is that? It looks so different. You know what I mean? It gets their attention, I feel like. So it feels like you can fuck with your BMW way more and draw way less.
Cops right now?
Yeah, and draw way less heat. Yeah.
Well, also the fact is, like, you don't really have to do a whole lot to it because it comes all fucking tuned out already.
I mean, that too. Yeah.
I don't like that.
Okay, so anyways, back to Ryan.
No, I'm on the Lexus website and I'm building my car.
Is it LC?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, it's an LC.
Okay.
Hang on. So I will say this. When they dropped the teaser for the new Lexus GX, or like not the teaser, but like the photos, and she sent me a message and she was like, "This is cool," and was like, "I like this." So and I was like, here? "Good, yeah, get that."
The TX or the GX?
GX.
Oh, the GX. Okay, yeah, that car is crazy weird, but I mean, I guess it's a niche thing.
She's like
niche thing.
Yeah, she's like this, and I was like, "Yep, that's dope." And she lives in your neighborhood, Gerard. Your neighborhood.
I mean, that TX is pretty nice too.
Yo.
Except she's got a front gate, buddy.
Oh, even more affluent.
She's got a swimming pool. She's got a gym in her house.
Not even just a non-working hot tub.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
Are you on the website?
Yes, I'm on the website.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the GX. Are you on the GX? It's so typical of Toyota. It's like, look at the fucking wheels and the fitment, and like they got like off-road tires on it, but like the wheels look just so horrendous. Like that thing could look so fully sick, but it doesn't because it's fucking Toyota, man. They just like, it's like a bunch of dads designing fucking quote unquote cool cars. They just don't have a clue as to what the fuck to do. That car, and then
the moment you put cool wheels on it, it like sets it off and it's dope.
But that's not like the fucking point, man. The point is
that is my point. Fuck you, put like aftermarket wheels on everything. That's all you.
90% of the people are not going to fucking put wheels on a car.
So that's why you get the executive package, man. It's got 19-inch alloy wheels.
Oh, the one that looks like they're like,
or you could get the black line, or you could get the black line, which has 18-inch gloss black wheels.
But like, okay, so this is their front page. Like they put their best foot forward. They what is it? Champagne, like classic Toyota champagne with fucking ugly gray, flush, pregnant wheels. Like
my shit's black, bro.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, the wheels are terrible. Like
that's because they know
Nebula gray pearl.
The TX looks good. Like the TX.
Dude, I'm at $93,000 for my GX.
I like the GX, man. I like it.
I'm saying I like the shape and everything, but like, yeah, why did they just fall flat on their face with like the overall toughness of it? Like they could have just.
Well, I mean, you're gonna put aftermarket wheels on it anyway. It's a Land Cruiser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying is like why.
That's what I'm saying.
My point. BMW does this shit for you, and you keep saying why do people buy them? Because they're fucking cool out of the box.
I know why people buy them, because they're fucking sheep. Bunch of sheep. Yeah, man. Fucking sheep.
Look at the green accents on the seats. Like, I mean, that's kind of cool.
But like, I don't know, man. BMW, for a regular person with like a little bit more money than the average Joe, fine, it makes sense. And as long as it's under warranty, great. But it's
Look
like
at the
not
fucking wheels. The fucking non-off-road wheels, they look ridiculous.
I'm sure they're not great. You would
20 by 7 plus 70 offset.
That's why.
The gray one with the like road wheels.
Dude, that's some fucking.
Are you looking at
that's some wagon.
What are you
wheels.
looking at?
They're so bad.
Send me a link of what you're looking at. So you're saying that I can't go buy a BMW with like shitty tires on it?
I mean, you
not really.
Can,
no.
But even their shitty ones look better than this. No, I mean like a base model, but they still look better than this. That
Ryan,
looks
like
absolutely ridiculous.
Toyota does wheel design and offset the worst out of like every manufacturer.
I am not disagreeing,
BMW
but
does it the best.
Great. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with any of that. That's super great. But you know what? Like
one aspect that like you're not going to win on.
No, and I'm not even
like
the first
huge BMW dude, and I like have no problem admitting that.
I have no problem in it either, because what I'm saying is one of the first things I'm going to do is change the wheels.
But that's my point, is you're going to spend $150,000 on a GX and then have to change the fucking wheels right away because you can't stand to be seen in public with how
because you want yours to stand out in the parking lot. But with the other 5.
Yeah, that's exactly all this is about. The reason we're friends is because we all have cars that we were like, we need things to be changed on them. Gerard, you of anybody have cars and change the most things on them and notice the most obscure things. So the fact that you're like sitting around like being like, there's no fucking way if you were building an actual BMW, you're like, and then I'm just going to keep these stock wheels. Yeah, they fit great. That's super cool. But you're not going to keep any stock wheels on a car that you're building. But man, and if you do, then what's happened? You're not you anymore. And then I feel betrayed.
My point is, it's like,
your point is moot because it's not going to matter because you're going to change all the shit anyway. I don't care about the wheels that a car comes with because if it's a car that I'm going to do stuff to, I'm changing the wheels.
Okay, I mean, you can say that, but like you're spending $100,000.
I'm not doing that. Money. But if I had $100,000, I'd probably also have the extra money for cool wheels. I don't have $100,000 now, and I feel like I have pretty cool wheels on my 4Runner.
Okay. Let me say this. The whole thing, Ryan, with this, I'm going to buy all this aftermarket wheel shit. It's like, if your stock wheels are 335, 25, 22s, there's not a whole lot of need to fucking change those.
No, that's a tire size. What does that mean in wheels?
Yeah. What the fuck? What are you fucking speaking? You want me to type that into a calculator?
You're 22 by fucking 12 stock.
Gerard, I'm going to just stop you. Hang on. I'm going to stop you. What? Haven't you gone out and bought more wheels for your BMWs?
Yeah, but that's because I got shit ones.
Okay, well, there you go. So your vehicle came with shit wheels, and you bought better wheels.
The craziest wheel in a Toyota is still terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Doesn't matter. The end of the day, you're telling me that this vehicle comes with great things, but then you have them and you've still gone out and bought more of the
No, he's telling you that this $700,000 super luxury SUV has great things.
Oh, good. Yeah, great. Yeah,
he's not giving you the wheel specs of his car.
Doing with that, like
22 by 12 on his car. Come on.
Yeah. I might as well be looking at a fucking unicorn or a Pegasus right now to be my transport. Like,
yes, Gerard. How much is it though?
Okay, I'm building my car right now. Okay.
I can't afford any new car, and then we're talking about like, oh, this is the future.
But then you're talking about buying new wheels. So like, why wouldn't you just buy a car that has value, where you like buy the car and it comes with? If you could buy an Aristo,
as soon as you drive that car off the parking, hang on.
Yeah, you're talking about a brand new car.
You're gonna buy that car brand new, and it's gonna lose value.
I never said anything about buying. We're just talking about brand new cars because
all right,
because we're on the website.
Okay, so you're saying I should buy?
But you just said like you're gonna. Why wouldn't you buy this car that I thought we were just talking about?
Yeah.
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Ryan?
I was sort of talking to you. It sounded like you were saying like, hey Ryan, instead of buying rims, you should buy this car. Which is the car
why are you going to spend $2,000 on wheels when you could spend $120,000 on a car?
No. What I meant was, you're like, I don't have any money, blah blah blah. So like, what I'm saying is, if you were to buy a car, why would you buy a car that has some value, i.e., has wheels and tires that don't require you to change them instantly because they're so unbelievably like pathetic that you can't even drive the fucking thing until you change the wheels.
The difference between the cars that I would buy, it would
see, that's where
not be
that wrong.
Hey, Ryan, what year is your car?
What year is which car?
The Aristo.
A 97.
Oh, you got old.
Oh, so it's like already legal then.
Yeah.
Because there's
like a 98.
There's one in Nanaimo with an R box. It's got some stuff, but like so does yours, and they're asking $24 US. was like,
I thought that was it's a lot.
Yeah,
but then I would get a right-hand drive ISF.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that? Because honestly, that is like probably the best product Toyota has made in the past fucking
Listen,
decade.
We all know we've had this conversation before. We don't need to.
I'm fine in LFA. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Sorry.
We're getting an LFA.
I know. I'm just being an ass.
Anyway. Yeah.
The UCF-20 is the best thing they ever made.
How about a Q50? Is anybody like Q50? Is overrated or underrated? I mean, I don't know anything about them besides they sound like absolute shit.
What was the Infinity that you wanted?
I like them. I think they look amazing.
I thought it was a Q60.
Q50. The Q60 is just a coupe. Or vice versa. Q60, Q50, one's a coupe, one's a sedan. I think they look great. I think they're super, super sick looking. But just the VR30 is just so terrible sounding. Like I've watched hundreds of sound clips.
Like sounds amazing. Or?
No. VR38 doesn't sound great either, but it just at least sounds like tougher.
Oh, okay.
And
so the Q50 red, right? There's like the Q50
yeah, that's the one, 400 horsepower. Yeah.
Sport 400. That's underrated.
Yeah, Sport 400.
Yeah, underrated.
It's probably slept on.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you can't find them, so there's that. Like nobody bought those cars here, so
they're so underrated. Nobody bought those cars.
There you go.
That's the definition. Yeah, like
interior.
I thought you wanted a Porsche. I miss Porsche Gerard. Where's he?
Yeah,
well, I like Porsches too.
I like Porsche Gerard too.
Like Porsche Gerard was a fucking relatable guy.
I can't afford any Porsche, man. They're so expensive, man. Even cheap Porsches was like are expensive.
You were gonna hustle and shit. But you were gonna hustle.
That's a good point. A good point.
Hustling, overrated, underrated.
Maybe you should have bought a Porsche and you could have hustled that way quicker than these garbage BMWs.
Maybe you're right, man. But like,
you probably enjoy
that. I do enjoy the ride, if you will. Like, how people are like, "Oh, this is the journey. Is just to get to the place." And experiencing these fucking cars is pretty cool, man. The 130 is fucking a great car.
Is that the blue one?
Blue one. It's a fucking great car.
What did I just say? Oh yeah, hustle. The hustle. Overrated, underrated.
Hard to say.
I think it's
overrated.
The hustle?
Yeah, the hustle.
I mean, honestly, if I would have reaped any rewards from my hustle, like directly, I would say it's fine rated. Mind you, fender rolling, I think, is a pretty good hustle.
That's a good hustle for you. That is a good, the side hustle. This is a bit, people, whatever. I don't like that we live in a time where you got a side hustle. I think that's a bit silly. I don't like that. That's why I think it's...
Don't disagree.
All right. Well, I feel like we've talked forever.
Yeah, it feels like we've recorded 3 hours. And
it's funny because like literally every episode these days is like some sort of BMW episode. And like I didn't even fucking initiate this one.
No, that's just life, You're just a BMW guy and we live in a BMW world.
Yeah, you're going to have the hat.
Material world.
Man, that's going to be life.
All right. Closing thoughts. Underrated, overrated?
One more. It has to be non-car related. Non-car related.
That's what I'm saying. Are closing thoughts underrated or overrated?
Oh.
They are. I think they're underrated. I think that it's nice to have a takeaway.
Yeah.
Like takeaway, like McDonald's or.
That's takeout, buddy. Takeaway, like
that's not what they call it in England.
Are we in England?
In England.
All right. Speaking the King's English there, pal. All right.
He's living in a fucking BMW world over here. So.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for y'all to talk about closing thoughts.
Jolly good to the Queen.
We had our closing thoughts that they're underrated.
Yes, they are underrated.
But we're not going to do anything to change it.
No.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Okay, well, hey, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
You've been amazing.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Serial Podcast 9.